Hey everyone, this is Demari. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And today I'm going to be doing the Shadow Work Tarot reading for the sign of Libra. Please keep in mind, this is a general reading and also a timeless reading. So this may not apply to your current circumstances. It can be relevant to your past circumstances or something that may be coming up for you in the near future or even further afield. So please keep this in mind. I believe that you will receive this message at the time where you need to hear it most. Now, in regards to the spread, you can pull, I will pull from the Dark Mirror Oracle deck. I'll get another card from the Angelarian deck, one from the Moonology, and then we'll get some tarot cards using the Wild Unknown deck. So, Libra. Just want to say a quick thank you to everyone who's been liking, commenting, subscribing, and even sharing my videos. It means so much to me to have your continued support, especially because I am a new, my channel is very new. I am a new YouTuber, so it's very hard to get the content out to those who need to see it most. So your interaction, your engagement really helps me to bring those messages to those who would also benefit from it. So thank you so much. For those of you who haven't subscribed yet, please do. And don't forget to hit the notifications button so you're informed of when your next reading goes live on the channel. If you would like a personal reading with myself, you can find the information in the description box below. You can also find the link for Patreon there if you would like to get access to exclusive tarot videos that you will not find anywhere else, along with free extendeds for the monthly tarot readings, spiritual guidance videos, and much more. So check it out and see what you think. Now into your reading, Libra. The first card you got, which I pulled from the Dark Mirror deck, was Parasite. Wow. Parasite. So Libra, I feel like there's something that is actually attached to you at this point. I don't feel like this is something you are doing to anyone else. I feel like this is something you're contending with. There's something that's feeding off of your fears or feeding off... Yeah, I'm feeling it's basically your fears, but I feel like it's also playing on the fact that you're feeling very vulnerable and alone right now, right? So I feel like you may be self-isolating at this point, which is... Okay, yeah, with everything that's going on in the world right now, you may be forced to do that, depending on where you are. But still, I think it's really important that you are not alone, that you reach out to people, that you at least communicate regularly on people through, calls, video calls, whatever, messages. Stay in contact, right? Because the more you kind of feel disconnected from everyone else, the harder it will be, right, for you, especially when you do have something that's kind of draining you of your energy, something that's playing off of or feeding on your fear, right? So some of you may have to do some energy clearing work, particularly do the shadow work for sure. For others of you, you may actually need some assistance with actual banishings, okay? Because you might have a presence in your home, or there may be a certain energy that's attached to you at this time that's draining you, that's parasitic in nature, so that will need to be addressed head on. If that's the case, you're welcome to reach out to me. Okay. Next card then, we'll go over to the Angelarian deck. Okay. So the card you have here is Remph, Angel of Time. Angel of Time. So interesting. You see how there's so much fire as well? Like it's like creator energy. So I feel like at this time it's a case of you being asked to... I think you're being asked to really come into a space of being in divine union with yourself, but also with your guides, archangels, ascended masters, gods, goddesses, you know, source, universe, whatever your connection is and however you perceive it, right? That's what you're being called to do at this time, because things are shifting around you. There's a lot of lower frequencies that are being emitted at this time, because the collective shadow has reared its head and is very much, you know, at the forefront of things. You know, the shadow is now in the light, but it's not been transmuted yet. It's being brought to the surface in order to be transmuted. So the best thing you can do at this time is to do the shadow work, but also reach out for divine assistance to help you with that alchemization process and help you channel more of that pure love energy that's coming through. Now I'm going to give you some signs, the signs from the booklet, where this may come up for you, where you may be prompted to reach out and have that communication where you can get that additional support to help you, especially if you are dealing with a parasitic entity or energy, right? You'll have a lot of divine support available to you to help rid you of that energy. So it's really important that you don't shy away from the assistance that's available to you now, and also to not isolate yourself as well. Stay in contact with people that are healthy for you, that care about you, and that are you know, willing to support you at this time. Okay, so the signs for this is a clock, a torch, a wave, right? A clock, a torch, a wave. So any of those aspects may really bring a strong sense of awareness for you. You may see a clock, a torch, or a wave if you're near the sea, and there'll be something that just really grabs your attention about it. There may be some information that's trying to come through to you, some assistance, or something that just needs to be brought to your awareness at that time from the divine. But it's really talking about not getting lost in your fears and not feeding this energy, coming back to the present moment, okay? And knowing that assistance is available to you, right? That you are a divine being, therefore your connection with the divine is inseparable, it's inseparable, okay? So don't be afraid to reach out and ask for help, okay? So let's go over to the Moonology deck and see what guidance we can get for you to help you with this further. It's interesting. This card has come up so much in these readings. So you have, look at the bigger picture, full moon is Sagittarius. And that's it. Another aspect of this energy is it's talking about how our perception of time is such a small construct in the whole grand scheme of things, right? That a lifetime is so short-lived that it comes and goes. So the best thing you can do is just be present in the moment and experience it fully for what it is, right? And again, not being afraid to get this assistance, not being afraid to connect with those who you really resonate with, right? So look at the bigger picture, see that, you know, time is short, that, you know, we don't know when we're going to go. We don't know when our mortal lives will come to an end. Sure, that won't be the end of all things for us, but when it comes to our life here on earth, yeah, it's very short, right? So why not do all that we can to make it as memorable as possible for ourselves, to make it as insightful and awe-inspiring and full of wisdom, right? And the best way to do that is to free yourself of anything that brings you into a fear space. Free yourself from anything that keeps you in stagnancy, that stops you from panning out and really exploring the beauty of your mortality, right? In the physical form. Okay. So let's go to the tarot now. So this is a very, you know, philosophical type message actually that's coming through for you, Libra. I do feel like there is some energy work that needs to take place. Obviously, shadow work needs to happen here for you. But for the large part, it's talking about don't fear your own mortality, right? Because you, as a multifaceted being, are eternal. But when it comes to your physical form, when it comes to the ego that you currently have in this lifetime, yeah, it's very temporal. It's, you know, it's a short-lived process. It's a very short lifespan in the grand scheme of things, you know, compared to the lifespan of planets and stars and things. You know? So, you know, be present, essentially. And don't take for granted what you have in this present moment, what's available to you. Okay. Oops. So yeah, this reading for you, Libra, has a very strong spiritual connotation as well. More so than a lot of the other signs shadow work readings that I've done this time round. So I feel like this is something that's going to be on your mind quite a lot. There's something that you're having to work through at this time as well that's going to assist in your transformation. Okay. And I'll just get the last card and we'll get into it. Wow, I love that. Okay, Libra. So with regards to your first card here from the tarot, you have the Sun of Pentacles. This is the Knight of Pentacles. So Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, you know, it's kind of like when we have an energetic drain, when something is just bringing our energy field down and making every step even more sluggish and harder to move, it's very challenging to even feel like you want to go on, you want to move forward, that, you know, it's worth even trying, right? When there's so much resistance, when there's so much pressure, right, to keep moving forward, and yet there's so much resistance, there's so much weight and baggage, right? But whatever baggage you're carrying, whatever weight it is that you're carrying, whatever wounds from the past that's holding you back, now's the time to free yourself from that. And the best way to do that is engaging in practices that help you to be more present in the now, okay? Because that's all you truly have. So such as breathing exercises, meditation, yoga, things of that nature, right? Mindfulness practices, physical exercise, right? All these things help to bring the attention back to, you know, the here and now, where you're presently at, being very present in your mind, body, and your emotional body as well. And that will help to free this energy up. Like I said, if there is something more to it than just that, then you need to get the assistance that is required to help you free yourselves of any negative parasitic energy field or forces around you that are feeding off of your fears, that are feeding off your wounds, right? And then you can continue to move forward without that extra weight and restrictive energy and friction, right? So the next card you have is the Hierophant in reverse, the Taurus energy. You could be dealing with a Taurus. You've also got the Sagittarius there with the full moon in Sagittarius, so you could be dealing with Sag. But regardless, I feel like, yeah, it's not even a case of it's not even a case of not having divine support available to you. You may feel that way. You may feel like you're alone in this. You don't have support, that, you know, this is just going to be your life. It's all about obstacles and everything feeling hellish, but it's not the case, right? You know that. Deep down, you know that. But it's more of a case of there's certain things the divine can step in and help you with, but there's other things that you have to initiate, right? So it's like, if you're not doing the work on yourself, if you're not really focused on your shadow work, if you're not working through your fears, facing your fears, then there's very little that the divine can do at that point. So you need to meet them in the middle in order for them to be able to help you through whatever challenges you're dealing with at this time, especially when it comes to any negativity that you're encountering that is from an outside source, right? Whether that's from people, energetic fields, environments, or even entities. So the next card you have is the Two of Pentacles, right? Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So, yeah, Libra. I feel like you're trying to find some kind of equilibrium, some balance. You're trying to get things in order, right? And you're trying to put the right, you're trying to gain the right perspective as well. You're like, I know that my physical form is very temporal. It's not going to last forever. And that there is more to me than just my body and this current lifetime, right? This lifeline that I currently have. But even though I know that, you know, even at the end of the cycle, I will transform into something greater, something much more, it's still not easy to accept that, you know, I will no longer be, and that, you know, people in my life will no longer be, and, you know, maybe it's easier to just retreat from making any strong connections. But I feel like the more you work through your fears around maybe loss in particular, some of you might have some real fears around loss, and the more you work through this energy of whatever has been lowering your frequency, whatever has been draining you energetically as well, the more you will come into alignment with, okay, you know, there's nothing to fear, and that it's a process, and that, you know, all will be well, all will turn out well and serve the highest good, right? So you'll be able to pan out again, essentially, without having that fear attached to it. And then the next card you have is the Ten of Cups in reverse, water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So yeah, I feel like it's really a case of you navigating some very deep thoughts and emotions at this time, and you getting into a good space where you come to accept things for what they are, come to accept your own mortality, your views on, you know, what can happen, or the possibilities of what can happen, you know, after the transformation that occurs after death, you know, things like that. Yeah, I feel like it's got very philosophical with you, Libra. I don't know why you're doing this to me right now, because I'm trying to explain it, but it's very abstract. It's like you're coming to terms, you may be going through a bit of an existential crisis, to be honest with you. And that often does come in with those who are beginning their spiritual awakening. You know, there is a bit of that going on, and ego death and things like that. So I feel like you're kind of going through a dark night of the soul type episode right now. So yeah, it's a bit more abstract. It's challenging. It's like, you know, coming to the realization of certain things, and, you know, it's like the destruction of an old perception and seeing things from a completely new point of view, right? Seeing the bigger picture, seeing where you actually fit within that. It's a lot, right? But I feel like as you continue to navigate through all those emotions and make sense of it, you'll have the clarity, and you'll be able to free yourself of any fear that you have around that, and just come into a space of knowing and trusting, right? And then finally, as a potential outcome here, you have the Four of Wands. So when you get through this dark night of the soul, you'll be in a space where you're like, okay, I really feel like I'm in alignment now. You'll come into true alignment with your own divinity, your divine feminine and masculine, and that of the higher realms, right? So then you will transcend this energy and move into a higher frequency, having an even stronger and newer awareness of things and self, right? And then, you know, that's where I feel like you'll begin to take the next step or the next leg of the journey when it comes to your spiritual growth and ascension journey, well, in a nutshell. So Libra, that was a bit weird, but it was good. You know, I feel like someone needed that message. It is kind of abstract, it is very deep and philosophical and very metaphysical, of course, but you know, the case is that someone needed this, you know, someone is going through a dark night of the soul. Maybe some of you are, more than one of you, but yeah, someone needed to hear this, I think, and needed to know that they will get to the other side of this and it will be very abundant and very beautiful. So yeah, if this was for you, I hope it helped. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you found it useful, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And yeah, don't forget to hit the notifications bell as well. But you know, it is a process. It is difficult, you know. I love the memes that are coming out now that shows, you know, how people think a spiritual awakening is compared to how it really is. It's so true, you know. It is rough, but the rewards massively outweigh the disadvantages, so it's worth doing the work and getting to the other side, which you will, Libra, you will do. Okay, so just take it step by step, you know, step by step, day by day. You know, reach out, use the support that's available to you at this time. Don't be alone, don't hide away from social interaction, even if it's just all virtual. It's way better than just closing yourself off, so don't do that, okay? It's really important that you have support around you as you go through this. So I'm sending you lots of love, support from my side and warmth. And yeah, I will speak to you very soon. Bye.